Yo, you guys already know what to do. Grab that pen and paper, have a seat, and let's get ready to learn something new. Okay, so last time we discussed curl flat concept. Now we're gonna discuss something even more easier than curl flat for verticals. All right, for verticals, once again, it's in the name. It's very self-explanatory. You can call it all goes. For verts goes, whatever you know, it's different names for it. Um, four verticals is just four receivers going and taking up the vertical side of the field. So um, and it depends on the way that you guys are aligned. So Denver right now is in a 2-by-2 formation, meaning two receivers on each side, and they will motion this guy 17 across. So now it's 3-by-1. All right. This guy still has a vertical route, which is a go ball, and this guy will have the furthest, so because he's motioning outside to the outside receiver. This guy will have the go ball going up the sideline. This guy has the go ball taking up the hashes, and this middleman, the man closest to the line of scrimmage, would have to occupy towards the middle of the field. So it would almost look like a high crosser, because you can't just go vertical with these two guys. I mean, at that point, you're going to end up with two receivers in the same area. You're going to end up with one defender covering two guys, which is not what you want ever in any type of offense that you're running. You want spacing, and yeah, let's just watch it to see how this creates spacing down the field. So ball snap, immediately he goes towards the middle of the field, which is where you want. You want to create this space right here. He gets outside the numbers up here, and he goes straight up the field up here. So this is the type of spacing you want, right? You don't want one defender covering these two guys. You don't want this guy covering these two guys, and you can afford to, on the backside, you can afford to have three defenders watching one guy. All right, so this right here creates a mismatch on the back end where we have three on three, or maybe even four, but he's not dropping as deep as we think. So now we're at a point where we have three with we have three with three defenders. So essentially everybody is matched up with somebody. Everybody's threatening somebody. So he can't get off and help anywhere else. You have to focus on the guy nearest to your zone. Now, if there's two people nearest to your zone, okay, it makes it easier for you to cover two people. But with the spacing, it forces you to focus on one person, and that's the person in your zone. Let's look at another example of four verts. Um, this formation, this personnel is a 22, two running backs, two tight ends, and this would be two tight ends on the right and a single receiver on the left side. So that'd be a 21 2-by-1 look. And basically spacing will have to happen down here. These two guys are running vertical, and I believe the fullback is releasing. So once again, this guy's gonna run straight upfield, and this guy's gonna need to get outside the numbers in order for that spacing to be effective. So let's watch that. So now this becomes a 2-by-2 formation. So we got two tight ends, fullback, and a receiver. So it's basically like even. Right, you're in shotgun. You got two receivers on each side, but this is a little bit more of a disguise because we're in a power formation. But we're running the same thing 4 verticals. And see, this guy releases out here. He wants to get outside the number to create that spacing, and this guy out here to create that spacing. And the slot guys are just running vertical right up the seam. And this window right here, right in between this safety, because now he's having to guard 2 defenders at once. This window right here, and this is a great throw too. This is an NFL throw. But this window right here breaks open. This window right here can be broken open as well, as long as you put it on him. Now, you can't lead him on any further. It has to be a perfect ball, which right here it is, and that becomes a touchdown. But once again, with spacing is essential, especially out of these tight formations. Now, if we're doing, 4 wides and it's evenly spread, you guys can just go upfield, and one of these slot guys will have to be running a bender. They will have to run something going across depending on the coverage. So right now this is cover 3. This is what you want. You want double seams on cover 3. You want to give this guy a you want to have this guy make a decision, because right now they got free releases. Nobody's touching these guys, which it would have helped if somebody was able to get hands on them, reroute them, but they got free releases. So now this guy has 2 guys running full speed at him. He has to make a decision. These backside corners are here to undercut whatever is in front of him. They're not they're not necessarily here to take anything over the top unless it's on the outside. So outside they're protecting this deep third, but inside they're driving on the ball. They're driving on anything, any line drive throw. So you see how he has to make a decision. He gets there, but he does. I mean, he makes the right decision, but he can't get there on time. And like I said, this corner's responsibility is to take away any line drive throw. He doesn't get there in time. Why? Because we got good spacing. So we were able to widen the defense, and we were able to get 6. All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think. As usual, share this with your friends. And if you want to learn something new, if you have any questions, feel free to ask it down in the comments, and I'll get back to you, maybe in a video, maybe in a comment. And as always, folks, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.